I have got a nice selection of Cadbury's items to try. Full disclaimer, I've tried all of these items before. There's nothing here that I haven't tried. Some of them they may have slightly changed what's in them. I do like Cadbury's chocolate, just to be clear. It's not ages ago since I last had some, but it's been a little while, and some of these items I've got here I certainly haven't had in a while, so it would be nice to see what they're currently tasting like. Yeah, I thought I'd do this video because Cadbury's is now 200 years old. That's a long time. So the company's been going for ages. I'm pretty sure they're still very popular. And yeah, they obviously have a massive range of items. Here I've got some of the more, I would say, classic items. In another video I'd like to try some of the more quirky flavours that Cadbury's do. Speaking of classic, I think this is the place to start with Cadbury's for me. Your classic dairy milk bar. So this is the 180 gram version. Probably one of my favourite dairy milk products. You'll probably know from my other videos, dark chocolate is actually my favourite. I really like dark chocolate. However, if I'm wanting to go for a sweeter hit, Cadbury's is a good choice, and I'll always like Cadbury's. You know, it's Easter time soon, and something about Cadbury's Easter eggs, yeah, something about their Easter eggs is always really nice. Yes, so the dairy milk, this comes in all sorts of sizes. You can also get that massive one. I think they still do that. I haven't seen it for a while, but the really big one, which if you've ever been to a party, you may remember there's that game where you have the slab of dairy milk and you have to try and cut it up with a knife and fork whilst wearing gloves and all sorts. That, whenever I see that dairy milk slab, it always reminds me of that game. But yeah, this is the sort of middle-sized bar. Other thing about dairy milk, yeah, is the smell. There is a lovely smell to it, and it smells just exactly as I expected. I think I last had a dairy milk bar about a year ago. That was the single-sized bar. It does look like those squares are a little bit smaller than I'm remembering. But I don't know if this sort of, there's always been a 180 gram bar, but there's certainly always been one of this size. But yeah, I feel like the squares used to be like more rectangular and less square, but I might be thinking of the single bar. I'm not sure about it. Let's try, see if it's tastes exactly as expected. It's just, I guess it is a creaminess that's nice about it. It's probably quite sweet, but not overly sweet. I can handle the sweetness for me. That's tasting how I can remember, and I'm pretty sure it tastes roughly how I remember as a child. Maybe a tiny bit different. I'm not 100% sure of that, but definitely very, very similar. Very, very nice. Good place to start. A bar like that would probably set you back a couple of pounds normally. You might sometimes see them on offer for about £1.50. Now, one of my favourite dairy milk items, the buttons. So they do those single packs, or you can just have like a few buttons, or they do these sharing bags. Yeah, so I love the buttons. Haven't had these for a while, but hopefully they still taste really nice. They also do giant buttons, which are nice. These are standard size buttons. So, tasting very much like the block, but, because obviously it's dairy milk, but, I do think different sized chocolates, like with different thickness, different shapes, they seem to taste different. So the buttons taste slightly different to the dairy milk bar, but still nice. Same as how comes an Easter egg seems to always taste different, even if it's still dairy milk. I think it's to do with the thickness and the size and things like that. Very nice. Next, the star of the classic milk tray adverts is, of course, milk tray. Now, I haven't had milk tray for a long time, but I know I absolutely like it. Absolutely really like it, to be fair. A delicious selection, swirled, smothered and set in Cadbury chocolate. So they've all got the Cadbury chocolate on them. So on the back we have caramel, softy, hazelnut swirl, white truffle. I think I'm probably going to go for that one. Oh no, raspberries and cream. Orange truffle. Raspberries and cream is sounding really tempting. Perfect brownie. Fudge duet. That's, oh, I remember that fudge one. I really like that one. Honey crunch. Truffle Heart and Salted Caramel Charm. Yeah, I feel like I haven't had these for a few years and they've changed some of the chocolates. Some of them I'm not recognising. There doesn't seem to be a coffee one, which is a shame. I'm not sure if Dairy Milk ever had a coffee one. So you get 2 layers. Now this is very different to when I last had these. They've now got like a wrapper over them. I guess that kind of helps keep them fresh maybe. They've got 2 layers. You can get these for like £5–6 I would say on average. On the inside it says finish too soon, and obviously you can see the menu of the chocolates. So let's rip this open, discover the collection. That actually does serve to help keep them fresh. Well, it helps to stop them from like falling out of their position a bit, I guess. So yeah, who doesn't? That's to say. I've got one in the middle. What to go for? I'm just going to kind of go for the... I want to try this white truffle one that looks like a little present. It's very nice. Nice bit of milk chocolate with subtle white chocolate. White and milk go really well together. Break from eating for a drink. So obviously something else they do is the Cadbury's hot chocolate. I haven't had this for ages, but I know I used to like it. When I have hot chocolate now, I tend to make it with like cocoa powder, so it's a very like rich, less sweet one. It's got actually any sugar in at all. But yeah, this is obviously going to be a bit sweeter, but you know, for a sweet treat, I reckon this is going to be nice. So I made mine with almond milk and just followed the instructions of 3 teaspoons of of Cadbury's drinking chocolate. No, it's nice. I put almond milk in. I thought that would go well with it, and I think that's giving it a nice dimension to it. I've thought this before when I've had Cadbury's hot chocolate. I wouldn't say it's the best hot chocolate, even comparing it to other milk chocolates. Milk chocolate, hot chocolate. But it is nice. It's definitely nice. You can always add other flavours to it and that. Right, let's move on to eclairs. Now, I like these a lot. And I haven't had these for many, many years, so this should be nice. From what I remember, well, as you can see from the picture, they are a kind of like they're a toffee, aren't they, with Cadbury's milk chocolate inside. Yeah, I mean, I can't help but say it straight away, so I haven't had them for a while. The first thing I noticed through the bag is how tiny they are. 100%, I'm pretty sure they never used to be that tiny. No, tiny things now. I'm just getting to the middle, and yeah, you get this nice milk chocolate oozing out of it. That's very nice. Toffee and milk chocolate, good combination. And last but not least, we have Cadbury's Heroes. God, this box shape has really changed. It was more like this shape, I remember, and I know you can obviously get them in tins and that, but yeah, quite like this sort of hexagon shape. It's not a hexagon, I don't know what I'm talking about. Did anyone know what shape that is? It's not a hexagon, I don't know about them. Wow, there's some good ones in here. So, one quick memory. I remember when my favourite chocolate in this set was added to Heroes, because it never used to be in Heroes, and it is this one, the Twisted, which is the Cadbury's cream egg bar. So basically, when they pot Cadbury's cream egg into bar form, I thought, yeah, this was genius. And of course they do it in Heroes. So I'm going to go straight to that one, because that is my favourite here. And look, it opens out the back now in a brown thing. That is really different to when I last had it, and they all kind of come out like that. That's quite good actually, and then you can just dip in, pick what you want. Right, so Twisted. If you don't like Cadbury's cream egg, then you're not going to like this one. But you've got your little kind of, looks like a beehive shape. And then inside you'll have the famous Cadbury's cream egg mix. It's like having a mini Cadbury's cream egg, but with a softer outer, because obviously I think the egg's outer is a bit harder. That is really, really nice. It's yummy. If I was to rank these, and by the way, to be clear, I like all of them in Heroes. Obviously we've just had the eclair, but I would definitely put the Cadbury's the Twisted first. Then I would say I would probably go Whisper. No, before Whisper I might go with the crunchy bits. That's the crunchy version, or is it called Country Bit? Country Bits, yeah. Whisper, Fudge. Do you know what? I can't rank them. They're all pretty even in my mind. Let's have a let's have a bit more of that drink. Let's wash the chocolate down with some more chocolate. Right. Now I want to find the crunchy bits. I love a crunchy bar. That is really nice. It's like honeycomb with obviously the dairy milk type milk chocolate on it, Cadbury's milk chocolate on it. It's one of my favourite bars. So this is just it in miniature form, isn't it? Whisper. I mean, I can't believe there was a time when this bar was not in the shops because it disappeared for a while. I think because Cadbury said it was too expensive to make. But people just wanted it back and they decided to find a way to bring it back. And yeah, it's a bubbly, it's Cadbury's but bubbly with chocolate inside, a bit like the Aero, but I think Aero has bigger bubbles and Whisper has like tighter bubbles. Both really nice. I'm a big fan of Whisper. And unfortunately they don't do a miniature version in Heroes, but one of my favourite bars is the Whisper Gold, which is Whisper with caramel inside. Just thinking about that. Now, with the dairy milk caramel, if I'm remembering rightly, it didn't used to be a dairy milk caramel Cadbury's bar. It just used to be Cadbury's caramel, the one with the bunny who's far too attractive for a bunny. It's all problematic in all too many ways. But yeah, that one. And it wasn't made with dairy milk chocolate, if I remember this right. It was kind of like a separate thing, and I remember really liking that one. And then they kind of like, I think it's been replaced by a dairy milk bar that's got caramel in it. But it's still really nice from what I remember. I haven't had this one for a while, so I think there's going to be some caramel oozing inside of that. Yeah. Very nice, caramel and dairy milk. I mean, it's a good combination. Left to try. We've had dairy milk, so I mean, will it be slightly different because it's like a thicker? It might taste a little bit different. It's like a thicker piece than you would get perhaps in the bar, but generally it's like the dairy milk. So we've also had an eclair. So are they the same size as the eclairs you get separately? Yeah, they look like they are, and they're exactly the same, isn't it? So fudge is really nice. One of the more reasonable bars where it used to be, because it's smaller than that. I liked having this as a child, and I haven't had the full bar for a very long time, but I've had it in Hero sometimes, and I know I like it. It's like this nice sweet fudge with a bit of chocolate around the edge. Yeah. Place I remember. Very nice. Only two left. Twirl. Yep. I'm a big fan of Twirl. Twirl's nice. Obviously the full bar is 2 long sticks. Although they do the one with like a medium-sized one where it's just 1 stick. Twirl is really nice. It's like a flake wrapped in Cadbury's chocolate. Why don't they put a little flake in the Heroes? That'd be a good idea. But anyway. Twirl's still nice. Very nice. And when you drink that hot chocolate, it definitely is nice. It's yeah, it's just nice. As I say, maybe not the best hot chocolate, but I was starting to get its more chocolatey taste a bit more after a while. Maybe where it's settled a bit. And yeah, it's nice. Now, double decker's a bit of a funny one to be shrunk down for Heroes, because the whole thing about double decker is got that name, I believe, because it's so big. It's got those layers. It's a chunky one. It's a big one to bite into. Oh, I've misread it. I must have forgot this. No, I was just about to say something and I'm completely wrong, because they've renamed it Dinky Decker, so that makes sense. I mean, 200 years, I think Cadbury's know what they're doing, to be fair. So double decker's just got really nice taste, as has the Dinky Decker. It's still got little bits of seal and little bits of nugget, I think it is, yeah. Nugget, sort of honey sweetness taste coming on there. And the chocolate, yeah, very nice. And that's all of them. I hope you enjoyed this little look at some of the classic Cadbury's options. And what I want to know is in the comments, what is your favourite Cadbury bar? If you could pick one Cadbury bar, what is your favourite? Or any Cadbury products.